Hi.
Testing 1, 2.
Okay, we're testing. Okay.
So after that, finish.
Right, I'm seeing.
Okay, slide.
Okay. No, obviously, there's a letting on.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh, keep self here choking. All right, so we are on. This is what the fifth.
Yeah,
Fifth. Oh, no, the fourth.
no, it's fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so comes here A plus, Network plus, um, Linux plus,
Uh-huh.
Security plus. Okay, so this is the fifth one. Okay. All right, so AWS. So we are, well, he's doing a series. I'm just here for moral support. So he's doing a series on the core fundamentals of starting IT. He mentioned that if you're starting off in IT, the certifications that you should be taking should start off with CompTIA A plus as the fundamental building blocks for hello, welcome. So as the fundamental building blocks. So he started off with CompTIA A plus, then went to Network Plus, then went to Linux, then went to Security Plus yesterday. Security apparently was such a hot topic yesterday. So today the fifth one is getting your feet wet with AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. So take it away.
All right. So yeah, that was a good quick overview and summary of what we talked about. So from my experience and education and training, what I've realized is these 5 certification will give you the core foundation that you need.
Okay, so what is your experience education and what is it?
Okay, so let's start off with education, right?
Okay.
I've completed my bachelor's in information technology. I have my first master's in computer science, second in cybersecurity.
Okay.
When it comes to certification, I have over 25 certifications. I stopped counting, but yeah, I have 25 certifications. I have all AWS certification. I also have the CompTIA A plus, Network plus, Security plus. I have the Linux plus. I have the Pentest plus. I have the Security X. I also have my CISSP. I have certification in GitHub, Advanced Security. I have certification in Terraform. Just to mention a few.
Oh, okay.
Right. So that is my education and certification. So with work experience, I have over 15 years experience in information technology.
Okay.
I've worked with a few companies ranging from IBM, KPMG, AWS, Amazon, Experian. Which one else? Just to mention a few, and also
TCUSA.
yeah, so cable company. Yeah, just to mention a few.
Okay, I mean you didn't mention your military stuff.
Restricted.
I ask for every single time. TikTok is so funny. I think maybe the connection.
And then it's not a problem. All right, so
it's not continuing.
That's not. Yep.
Okay. All right, so today you are talking about AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. Anybody? So okay, you gonna tell us what it is, or should I be talking?
All right, so we already started with the CompTIA A plus, right? It gives you overview of computer hardware and software, right? It talks about CPUs, talks about memory. It talks about printers. It talks about how to troubleshoot IT or technology. It gives you all those understanding.
Okay.
And then we also talked about the network plus, which deals with computer communication. So anytime
he did come back. Hi, Boo. I hope I'm saying your name right.
Yeah. So Network Plus is all about computer communications. And if you type www.facebook.com, there's a whole communication that happens in between, right? And Network Plus gives you that high level overview.
Okay.
And then we talked about Linux. Linux is an operating system similar to Windows operating systems. The reason why I recommended Linux is most of the application that you would use, most of the websites, right? Most of the databases, all runs on Linux operating systems, right? So in order for you to be an effective IT professional, you need to know Linux. Okay. So that's why I brought that into the equation. Okay. And then the next one is what? Security Plus. Security Plus gives you general overview of security. And then now we're talking about cloud. Most companies are moving from on-premises to the cloud, right? Okay. So you might be, come again?
Why is that? Why are they moving?
And then we're going to talk about that.
That's not approved.
Okay.
What is that?
We're going to talk, we're going to talk more about that today. Okay. But one of the benefits is the cost effectiveness, right? And the whole point of cloud is basically you outsourcing your systems to someone else, right? So instead of you buying a laptop, right? This is a basic example. Instead of you buying a laptop, you rather create or spin up a virtual machine in cloud, right? So now you don't have to worry about where am I going to store my computer, right? You wouldn't worry about electricity, right? You wouldn't worry that much about how do I secure my computer, right? So at the end of the day, it saves company money, right? So yeah, that is the main reason why most companies are moving to the cloud. And we'll talk about a few of the advantages as we go through the domain as well. So you might be a network technician today, right? Working on-premises routers and switches. However, next month or next 2 months, your company is moving to the cloud, right? Okay. And you have no knowledge of how the cloud works, right? So staying prepared for opportunity, right? So those are the 5 certifications that I would recommend as a beginner, right? And I've also been there. I didn't know where to start, right? So once you start taking this certification one at a time, you realize that, okay, I think I like more networking than security, right? Or I like security more than what? Networking, right? So now you can build on what? On these fundamentals to intermediate and advanced level certifications. Right? All right, so let's go to the AWS certification website. There are so many certifications. I think there's 14 or 16 certifications now with AWS specifically. But the first certification, which is the fundamental certification, is the AWS Cloud Practitioner. So on the website, you see that it says that showcase foundational knowledge of AWS cloud services and cloud computing. So this certification is all about what services AWS provides. If you decide to take Microsoft Azure, and the reason why I selected AWS is one of the leading, I guess the leader when it comes to the cloud. If you are in so that's AWS the first one. The next one is Microsoft Azure, and then Google Cloud.
Okay.
However, if you are in a specific industry, Azure might be the popular cloud service provider, right?
Okay.
But in general, AWS is what is the top, right? So that is why I'm recommending what AWS. However, if you are in an environment that you would like to, you have to study Microsoft Azure, then that is fine. You can take that route.
Okay.
Right. So yeah. So the certification is all about knowing the services that AWS provides, right? So the question that they're going to ask you, I don't think we would have enough time today to go through some sample questions, but we might probably do that some other time.
Okay.
But some of the questions that they might ask you is, if you want to spin up a computer in the cloud, right, or a virtual machine in AWS, what services would you use, right? And then they will list a few of the services that AWS has, right? And it's up to you to know that when it comes to AWS, they call their virtual machines EC2 instance, right, or EC2s, right? Microsoft Azure calls their virtual machine, right? So with AWS, it's more about the technologies and the services that they provide, and some use cases for those services, right? So that is all the AWS Cloud Practitioner is about. Okay. It doesn't go in depth into the technical aspect of the cloud. It doesn't, right? Okay. All right. So. Alright, so this is still the overview. It says that it validates your foundational high-level understanding of AWS cloud services and technology. There you go, right? So it gives you, this is the keyword, it gives you high level, right? And most people will say that, hey, don't take the cloud practitioner, go straight to the solution architect associate, right? But this gives you the high level of how AWS works, right?
And what do you mean by high level? Like, what is the high level?
So let's say I want to get into, which example should I use? Let's do. Oh, okay. I want to become a nurse, right?
Okay.
In order for me to become a nurse, you have to understand what the duty and responsibility of a nurse is. Okay. Right? So this foundational certification gives you that high level, right?
Okay. So like an overall.
There you go. Right? Okay. It doesn't go in depth.
Okay.
Right? It just gives the overall.
Overall. In depth. Okay.
And most of the time it's very easy when you're approaching or diving deep. If you already have the high level fundamental knowledge about that specific technology. Okay. Right? So you need the basics or the fundamentals in order for you to dive deep into it. Okay. Right? So that's the same thing I'm doing here. Also, I'm laying down the fundamentals, the CompTIA A+, Network Plus, Security Plus, right? Those are all for fundamentals. Okay. Now, if you decide that, hey, I want to get into computer networking, right? And then now you can dive deep, right? Into start with Cisco CCNA, right? And dive into high level certifications. Okay. Right? But some people say that, hey, don't take the fundamental, just go straight.
And so, I mean, there's also the money aspect of it, right? People don't want to waste their money if they can skip to the, the next stage of the certification route, and obviously get more money for it. So if I need to skip it, I would.
That is true.
Yeah.
But how was the I think the saying goes, spend money, get money?
I don't know.
You spend money to get money,
right?
I mean, okay. So you can't, and especially in technology and education, you have to spend the money, right? Unfortunately, you have to, right? Yeah, you have to get the knowledge, right? You have to. But That's my recommendation, right?
Okay.
It has worked for other people when they just go straight
Other one.
to the solution architect. It works for them, right? But
Okay.
this is my recommendation.
Okay. So now is the solution architect the next step after this, or?
Yes, solution architect will be the next
Okay.
step.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
All right.
and that would dive a little deep into a few configuration and troubleshooting aspects of AWS Cloud.
Okay.
All right, so okay, so it says this is good starting point on AWS certification
Journey.
for individual with no
Prior
prior
IT or cloud experience.
Exactly, and remember,
Switch to a cloud career. Okay.
right? So remember, what I'm doing here is catering for those that don't have experience, right?
Okay.
So if you have experience, by all means, you can skip the cloud practitioner. Right?
Okay.
All right.
And then start again.
And the start.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
I'm curious as to why TikTok is saying that.
Okay. So you don't see it, right?
I don't know. I mean, I think you are,
Okay.
but just to start again, I'm not sure why they put the.
Okay.
Yeah, so start again, and then let's see what they say.
Awesome. All right. So those on TikTok, I'm going to end the live and then restart. We're having a little
Technical difficulties with
Yeah.
TikTok. It's blocking us.
Yes, I'm gonna stop.
TikTok
it
don't want
here.
y'all to learn.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
See.
Okay. So okay, this is still on. Let's restart the live again.
I'm wondering if it's the wording. I need to find.
Which wording?
I don't know.
No, it's the same thing that we used at the
Yeah,
time.
so I'm wondering why they keep blocking.
Alright, so I'm gonna do this right. Super fun. So let's do this now. And run. Alright.
Can I grab the camera?
Okay, so the temperature should be charged.
All right.
Alright, so let's start again. And
Maybe leave off. We're live. We're live again. Okay. Back again. Oh, we check that on.
alright, so let's see.
All right, so we're live. Mic check.
Right.
Mic check. 1, 2, and 2. Oh, I guess that's up. Okay.
Alright, so it would still pop up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Let's just see what they say now. Okay, so where were you? Where did we leave off?
Yeah, so
Mhm.
it's saying that it's a good starting point on AWS certification journey.
Okay.
And for those with
No
prior
prior
IT experience,
Okay.
right? Or would like to switch to a
Cloud career.
cloud career,
Okay.
right? So, and as I said, if you're a beginner, you don't really know where to start, right?
Okay.
But if you start with these fundamentals, you realize that, oh wow, I really like cloud, or I really like AWS. Let me dive deep into it, right?
Okay.
Or I really like security. Let me dive deep into it,
Okay.
right? You can't just, I mean, it's possible, but I wouldn't recommend just diving straight into security and realize that, oh, nah, security is not my thing, right? And now go back to a different certification and then dive deep into it and realize that, hey, I don't really like this either, right? So I'd rather you take these 5 fundamental recommendations that I have, and then you now realize that, you now find the specific IT career path that you want to go to.
Okay.
Right? So
That's fair.
so that is it. So for the exams overview, right? The name of the exams is AWS Cloud, a Certified Cloud Practitioner. This is a fundamental certification, and the exam's duration is 90 minutes,
Okay.
Right? That'll be an hour 30 minutes, right? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the exam format is 65 questions. Right? So either multiple choice or multiple response.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So those are the format of the exam. So you have 65 questions and you have an hour 30 minutes. So
Multiple choice.
mhm,
Okay. Or
yeah.
multiple responses. So
Mhm.
there will be instances where you can have, hey, welcome back.
Hey, how's it going?
What do you call it? So you have the multiple responses, as in you can pick more than one answer.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Right? Yeah, and the multiple choice as well.
Obviously, you
Yeah.
can pick one or two.
Mhm.
Okay. We're talking about AWS, cloud certifications. If you have it already, let us know how you did.
Yeah, yeah, please let us know how.
Oh, this one is not as pricey as
No,
the
it's not.
CompTIA
It's
ones.
not. Actually, all AWS certification are not that
Oh, price. Are
pricey.
they all $100?
No,
Ah.
some are more than $100.
Mhm.
However,
Mhm.
if you already have a certification, let's say you took the cloud practitioner, you
Mhm.
paid $100
Mhm.
and you have that certification. If you want to move on to the AWS solution architect,
Mhm.
you automatically would get 50% of the cost,
No way.
right?
I mean, that's nice. It seems very student friendly.
Yeah. So
Make note of this.
you don't have to pay the entire cost, right?
Okay.
So
So if you pass,
if you
or
pass,
if
yes,
you pass, okay.
yeah. Right? So the cloud practitioner certification is $100. And you have two options to take the exams. You have the in-person
Mhm.
and then the online.
Okay.
So you Pearson View is actually the testing center if you want to go in person. So you
Mhm.
have to, once you log into Pearson View, it will
Mhm.
just give you a list of what organization that you can walk in and take the exams. Most colleges are part of the testing centers.
And somebody
Right?
has a question. I wish they would use Vocarium and do performance-based exams for some of the AWS exam.
Okay.
What is Vocarium?
Yeah. What is the curriculum?
Okay.
I've not
You
used
never, okay. So I'm assuming it's something that,
platform for
yeah,
labs or
for labs,
hands-on.
yeah. Hi, Mason.
Yeah.
Okay. Why so? I'm curious. Okay, I'm sorry. As you continue to talk about it.
Yeah. Can you just write the name?
Vocarium.
Yeah.
See, I told you I'm here for more support and note taking. VOCA.
So I recommend hands-on and labs,
Mhm.
right? However, with the cloud practitioner, you don't need that.
Oh,
Right.
because it's the high level,
Exactly. It's
which
just
is
terminologies,
overview.
right? So you don't really need those hands-on
Right.
platforms.
So, which AWS certification do you need hands-on level?
So
So far?
I would,
You would.
yeah. So with the solution, okay,
Yep.
because in terms of what this line,
Visibility is just okay. I'll kill it. TikTok
why
is
is
trying to
it?
stop us from educating on them. But anyway, exams are half a cost. Um, yeah.
Understand this English statement. Does not contain this.
Okay, press that. Oh, press that.
This one?
Yeah. Okay. Somebody had a question. But down.
Down? Okay. It's down.
No, like up. Up the question. Okay. What are the careers that he's using the certification?
Um, so
Cloud?
yeah.
Okay. So, okay.
This specific certification, if that's what you're talking about.
Okay.
So with the cloud practitioner,
Mhm.
it wouldn't, you can't get a job role in the cloud, right? It wouldn't give you that solid foundation to
get
a job,
in the
right? It wouldn't,
okay.
right?
So unlike the CompTIA A plus that we did last time, which mentioned that if you were to take the CompTIA A plus, you'll be able to what does it do? Help desk,
Yes,
right?
help desk.
Help desk. But you're saying that if you do the first certification of this, it is not guarantee a job, so to speak.
Yeah, it's not.
But it's a fundamental
Yes,
step.
and
Okay.
actually it can help you. It can be an auxiliary knowledge with whatever you are doing, right? So if you are a help desk, right, and as part of the help desk, you might work in a cloud environment, but this wouldn't give you the knowledge that you need. Yeah, I don't want to deceive you guys. It wouldn't, right?
Okay.
But it gives you
The basis.
the basis and general understanding of the cloud.
Okay.
And then now you can dive into a solution architect.
Okay.
Right.
So
that
with
would
the
give
solution architect, what would that?
Yeah, it will give you a job role as a cloud solution architect or cloud engineer. Yeah, those are the two main roles that you can.
So is it safe to say to ask Mason what he's looking for? But okay, that was that.
Yeah, Mason, do you have any? Okay, did you?
Okay, Brandnesk. I hope I'm saying it. There's a lot of free vouchers to take exams as well, or how course my college gives vouchers to. Okay,
there you go. Okay.
Which brings us to the point of making sure that your college that you go to. I mean, asking around doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah.
Right. If you're in school, and your your professor or head of dean, so I say dean, ask them. They might give you a discount. And nothing be free. But discounts are good. Okay.
Okay, free
vouchers. Okay, that's nice. Yeah. One more down. We're trying to keep, clearly we're not influencers, so we're trying. Okay, so that was the answer.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Down. Okay, gives a better base of knowledge.
Introduction.
Then okay.
AZ900.
Which is AZ900?
That is Microsoft Azure.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Why do you say that?
Just a better case of knowledge.
Do you have both certifications?
Okay. And then maybe
because I have both as well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Fancy.
So CCP is cloud certified cloud practitioner, which is this right here.
Okay.
Maybe a good stepping stone for cloud
security.
Okay. Yeah, it does. So it gives you the foundation for anything cloud.
Okay.
Right. And this is AWS specific.
Okay.
Right? Microsoft Azure has their own certification route as well.
Okay. Well, can you continue, please? So we left off of it being the cost of it being $100. It being $100, if you pass the exam, the next exam that you would take, they will give you 50% off.
Yes, 50% off.
That's still hefty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
50% off?
Oh yeah, it is. It is. Oh. Yeah, Dan CompTIA, right? It's like 400 and.
I know those price.
Anyways, so yeah, you have in person and then online.
Okay.
Right. So you can go into any of the testing centers, and as I mentioned, most of the colleges are testing centers. So if you are in a college, your school might be one of the testing centers, right? Okay. So you go in person and then you take proctored exams, right? However, you can also do online, right? So with the online, it's a little annoying, right?
So
it allows you to stay home and then take the exams. However, you have to make sure that the room that you are in has a door that closes. Yeah, that closes, right? You can't just sit in your dining room or your living room, right? Oh. It has to have a door that closes, right?
Interesting.
So they will ask you to close the door, and you can't have anything on your desk. Okay. Your desk has to be cleared as well. They are monitoring you via your webcam, right? Till you finish the certification. Okay. I remember one of the certifications. I was taking it was a little long. I was taking the certification and I leaned a little towards this side. And then the guy was like, hey, no, you have to come back and I have to see both shoulders. I was like, it's annoying, right? But if they see that, or if they feel you are cheating or doing anything that is not part of the exams requirement, you might they can kick you out of the exams, right?
Wow.
So to avoid all these things,
go in person.
Yeah, go in person.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, if you can,
If you
because some
can.
people remember the AWS has their learning platforms where you can earn points from watching videos, doing labs, and they will give you free associate exams.
Yeah. Yeah, they already have it all listed here as well.
Awesome. So check your. You sound like you were going first. This is where you don't do the live together. Keep saying that. I don't want to forget it. But yeah, cool. Okay.
They give you everything. All right. So these are the languages that is certification.
Okay, so if you don't speak English, they can translate for you.
You would have these versions as well.
Okay, that's cool.
Right.
They need to put some African languages in there. I don't see them, but that's neither here or there.
Yeah.
But okay, continue.
All right. So, prepare for the exams. They have these 4 steps.
Is it like the domains?
No, the domains will come later on, right? So it says get to know the exams, right? That's the first step, right? And this is the review, or it says review the exams guide, which is basically what the domains, right? So you have to go through the domains and see what questions they're going to ask. Okay. Because AWS has so many services, and with your this is specific certification, you can't learn every single thing to pass, right? So they have the domain. So when you go to the AWS console, you click on the services.
What is the AWS console?
So this is basically a platform or location that you access AWS for services.
Okay, is it the same thing that Brandness was saying, that is it this is the platform you learn from?
No.
Okay.
This is their platform to build services. They have their training platform. Gotcha. That's what he's talking about.
Okay. Right? He was also saying that if you can get more time recommendation for the exam for being
English. Yes, you're right. Correct. Yeah. Correct. So you click on the services. You see, so they have it by service categories, right? So you keep scrolling down. These are all the services. It still keeps going. It keeps going. So it's a lot, right? Okay. It's a lot.
So this is what these services is what the exam is going to test you on.
It's not going to test you on every single one of it, and that is when the domain comes in. Okay. Which one should you
focus more
on? Exactly.
Okay.
Or which one should you focus on?
Okay.
Right? Because there's no way you can know every single service.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, that is it.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, the first step is to get to know the exams. The next one is refresh your knowledge and skills, enroll in a digital courses. Right?
Which is what he was saying.
Exactly.
He or she, I'm so sorry. I don't know if it's a he or she, but that's what Brainless was saying.
So these are the platforms that they have, right? The AWS Build a Lab, the Cloud Quest, AWS Jam, right? So those are the platforms specific to AWS. Okay. AWS actually does well with their training platform.
Okay.
Right. So, all right, and then also review and practice for the exams, and then access your exams readiness. So take the official AWS certification practice exams to see where you are, if you are ready to take this
before, so that you can pass and get your 50%.
Yes.
Okay. Are you surprised that AWS doesn't have a Kubernetes specialized exam?
Oh.
Okay. It's a love language going on there.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I don't know why they don't have it. However,
maybe it's coming. Maybe it's coming.
However, remember, let me see. There are certifications out there. what is it? Native, just native. Is it native Linux?
What is this? What is the
Yeah.
one?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me.
BKA and CKE.
Native. No, that is not it. So let me just do K8 certification. All right. Okay. Linux Foundation. Right. So Linux Foundation, they have all those Kubernetes and Linux. There you go, right? So, and I'm not too familiar with their certification that much. However, when you scroll all the way down to, they have a specific, yeah, specific certification that I think might cover what you are looking for.
Hi, Hernando.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm thinking native cloud. Yeah, as I mentioned, I'm not too sure how they have these exams structured, but I think this is it says native cloud, right? So let me click on that and see if it has any domain related to AWS and all. And
So what about AWS Red Hat?
okay.
Let's search. He's a certified Kubernetes associate, certified Kubernetes expert. Yeah.
Yeah, so those are there, right? So I'm not sure if AWS is going to have a certification dedicated for that, but I think Linux Foundation does a good job with those certifications.
Can you press prerequisite for a second? Plus it. Oh, there's no prerequisite by this name. Okay. All right, cool. Can we go back to AWS then?
Okay. All right, so let's go back to AWS here. All right, so they have a few FAQs.
Okay.
Who should take the exams? This is it says candidates for these exams could have up to 6 months of exposure, right? But it's not required, right?
But what does that mean? That they have to be studying this for 6 months? Is that what it's saying?
You could have some sort of exposure, right? So
okay,
either having hands-on or having a work experience or having hands-on or learning your regular study or exposure to AWS. But as they are saying, it's not required. But however, as I mentioned, 3 months is ideal. However, I think 3 months is a little overkill for this certification.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not as hard. No, you can get it in a week if you study. Yeah, I think that's the point that
yeah, you can. However, if you are a beginner with no experience, right? I would rather you have some sort of hands-on as well, right? Okay. So take the time to learn the concept, perform a few labs to get used to that platform, right? Yeah, you can pass in a week period.
This brainless person sounds quite smart. No, you can. Oh, okay. We said that. If you already, we already said that. Okay. All right.
So yeah, who should take the exams? What certification should I take next?
After you take the cloud question. Okay.
Right, the solution architect, associate. Right.
All right.
And then the developer associate, and also the sysops administrator. But now they should have changed this.
Oh, what is this?
This is now cloud ops.
Okay.
Yeah, this has been over how many months? Should have changed.
Oh,
I should write him a letter. Right. So yeah, so now this is the fundamentals to you getting into the cloud, right? So if you would like solution architect, by all means. If you're a developer, then you will you go next to the developer certification.
Okay.
Right. If you are into system administration, then you take the cloud apps.
Okay.
Right? It's not just apps anymore.
Cloud apps. Okay.
How would this help my career?
Which is the Mason's normal question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So validate for high level understanding. Right. That is what it's doing.
Okay.
Right. It serves as a starting point into cloud.
Okay.
Right. From non-IT
backgrounds.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I don't see.
Oh, you should check out his LinkedIn articles about Stephanie. Yeah, she does have on Udemy.
Yeah.
I know that one. I know too.
So yeah, so that is it. You see, it doesn't tell you any specific job role here.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't. So
Right.
it wouldn't really give you that skills to just start creating stuff in
Okay.
in AWS.
Gotcha.
At least from my experience, I don't think it would.
Okay.
If you're a beginner, it would.
Okay.
So how long is this certification valid for? It's 3 years, like most other certifications.
Okay.
Yeah, so before your certification expires, you can recertify through one of the options below. Right? So you can take complete the new recertification game-based learning. That's the first option. The next one is to pass the latest version of cloud practitioner exams. Right? Okay. So if you take it this year, the next 3 years is going to expire. So, and then by next 3 years, they should have a different version of the cloud practitioner. So either you take the new certification and pass, or you can take an associate level or professional level and automatically renew the cloud practitioner. Alright, so I think that should be all on this.
Are we going to talk about the domains?
Yes, that's the next thing we're going to talk about here. So, right, so this is the domain. So, for those that are new to certifications, and we did talk about exams objectives in the CompTIA certifications, right? So, CompTIA uses exams objectives. Other companies or vendors uses domain, right? So it's interchangeable. That one. Right. So, and those exams objectives and domains have a percentage attached to it, right? So first of all, it tells you that, hey, don't go crazy learning all the AWS services, right? This is the portion that you need to know to pass these exams. Okay. Once you pass these exams and goes to the associate level, guess what? I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to know to pass that one as well. Okay. Right? So it has 4 domains. The first domain is the cloud concept. Right? So just give you a general overview of what cloud is, and a few concepts, right? So that is 24%. The next one is security and compliance, and that is 30%. Okay. We have cloud technology and services, and that is 34%. And then the last domain is billing, pricing, and support for 12% of the certification. Okay.
Well, Mason said, no, I'm sorry. Brain extension heart. So, right back at you. Thank you.
All right. So let's dive into those domains, right? So you said we have billing, pricing, and support. Who cares about billing, right? Who cares about pricing?
Everybody, right? They want to get paid.
Exactly. Not really paid, right? One of the, I don't want to say disadvantage of the cloud is if you don't take care, you can rack up bills.
No, I know.
It happened to me. All right. So, and especially as a beginner, and they wouldn't worry about anything. They will allow you to spin up their services, and unless you set up for a billing notification, that is when you're going to get a notification, right? If you don't set it up, guess what? They're going to bill you, and then you realize that, hey, I probably owe like $5,000, right? So it's
Can you dispute it?
No, I don't think you can, right?
Interesting.
So that is one of the things that you have to pay attention to, especially as a beginner, right?
So, so how does that work exactly? So after they finish learning, they turn it off. You say, okay, so you like, yeah, you got to shut down those resources.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. Or one thing that I like with Microsoft Azure that I haven't seen yet on AWS is when you create a virtual machine. Microsoft Azure allows you to automatically check a box that says that, hey, turn off this machine 12 a.m. every day.
Oh, okay.
Right? But haven't seen that in what?
AWS.
In AWS.
I'm wondering if there's a method to the madness. I mean, I don't think they're intentionally taking the money.
But with AWS, I think you might have to write a script or a Lambda function or a specific services to shut it down.
Okay.
I've not seen that. But if anyone has seen that, please let me know. But I know it with Microsoft Azure, that is a good option to have, right?
Okay.
Turn it off every 12 a.m.
Okay.
Right? So if you spin up a virtual machine and for some reason you forgot and sleep, right? At 12 a.m. it would automatically shut it down for you.
Okay.
Instead of AWS, they will just leave you to rack up for those bills, right?
Wow.
And I think the price, it depends on the specific operating system, CPU, and memory information, right? It might be like I don't know. It can be like let's say 50 cents every hour, right? So if you leave it on for like 30 days, and that's the billing cycle, right? That'll be a lot.
Well, that's a lot. I mean, you're talking about like that's a lot.
So
but anyway, okay.
All right. So let's dive straight into the first domain here.
Okay.
All right. So we have the domain one, which is cloud concept, and they have it broken down into tasks, right? So the specific task statement that you need to know, right? So the first one, yes, go ahead.
So this is also why tagging is also so important. Note that AWS and ecosystems. What is tagging?
This is why. Okay, this is also why tagging is also working in AWS system. Okay, so with tagging, basically you can, when you create a system or a machine, you can let's say tag it as a lab machine, right?
Oh, okay.
And then now,
labeling.
Yeah, labeling. That's it. That's it. And then now you can perform a specific action and target that specific machine.
Okay.
Right. So if you target as production, right? Obviously you don't want it to shut down.
Okay.
Right. So those tagging gives you option to control or perform a large scale automation on specific services.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's good to know.
Yeah. All right. So the first tax statement here is define the benefit of cloud, right? Why do I need to go into cloud? Right. The next one is identify design pattern principles of AWS cloud. So AWS, one of the I'm not too sure about Microsoft Azure. I think they have the same thing. What they do is they have design principles, basically years of experience or lesson learned. They've packaged it up in such a way that if you want to get into cloud, they give you more like a blueprint, right, to follow. Right. So a simple example might be if you are spinning up or if you're setting up AWS services, make sure you have your budget alert set on. Right. It's those simple and sometimes advanced principles that they give you as a blueprint.
So this is if you don't know who owns the resources and it doesn't exist. So that's why FinOps teams are specialized in FinOps. Is it FinOps or FinOps?
Specialized in.
Okay. It's good knowledge.
So that's the second task statement. The next one is understanding the benefit of and strategies for migrating to the cloud, right?
Okay.
So you don't just wake up one day and be like, hey, we are moving to the cloud. Let's move everything, right? There's a strategy behind, you have to have a strategy behind what moving to the cloud, right? Um, an understanding concept of cloud economics. Right? So it goes a little deep into those task statements. The first one, I'm just going to highlight a few ones here. Value proposition of AWS Cloud. Basically, why do I need to get into cloud? And then the skills in understanding the benefit of the global infrastructure and all that. And for those that don't know, this is just a high level overview, and we're going to dive deep into the learning aspect of all these certifications.
I don't like the word high level on your stuff. Like, I just like it's a general overview. Because like when you're saying high level, it's almost as if you're saying this is too technical, right?
I mean,
the terminology is I don't know.
It is technical for non-technical people.
I mean, but it's like, oh, this is a high level overview.
It is high level.
This is what was the word I used before? I forgot the word I used before, but this is basically a general concept of what AWS comprises of. Because high level, I don't know why they use the word high level.
You're using the high level in the wrong way, right? It's high level is basically the bird eye view, right? Looking at it from the top, right? That is high level. That's it. It's not really saying that, oh, it's too technical. No, right? So it's just.
I just don't like the verbiage, but okay.
Anyways, it is high level.
Okay. The best way to understand AWS is in its subscription services for deploying resources at a scale.
Okay, subscription resources. And are you talking for the beginners specifically?
Oh, for beginners to understand?
Yeah, because I know some of the beginners don't want to spend that much in
the subscription services. Are they pricey?
I mean, no, it's pay as you go. But they have free subscription that you can sign up. I think they give like the last time I checked was $100
for credit.
Yeah, for credit. I'm not sure how much it is now.
Okay.
But yeah, you can use that to complete all the labs and the hands-on that you need.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, the second statement, the tax statement is identifying design principles in the cloud, and well-architected framework is those blueprints that I talked about.
Okay.
Right? So cloud adaptation strategies. So if you want to get into cloud, what strategies you need to have in place? And the next one is understand the concept of cloud economics. One of the things that you will see here is cost saving, right? So you have to always find ways to save cost. If you are a cloud engineer, this will also be part of your job role in a way, right?
Okay.
You don't just spin up a computer with 512 gig of memory just for a small task, right?
Okay.
You have to make sure you portion it in a way that it's cost effective, right? One thing that I'm also going to highlight here is bring your own license right here. So you know how if you have, let's say, Microsoft Word, right? You already subscribe to Microsoft Word. If you have Microsoft Windows 11, right? You already subscribe to it. So if you already have the license, you can bring the same license to the cloud. That would reduce your cost of the services. Now, if you don't have license, or if you don't bring your license, right, they're going to add the license as part of the cost as well. So your cost might go, the cost might go higher. And most companies already have licenses.
Okay.
Right. So if they are going to the cloud, why not bring the same license to the cloud?
Okay.
Right. All right. So yeah, that is
that's it.
The first domain. No,
Okay.
that's the first domain. So
Okay.
it's 4, right? So the
Yeah,
second one
but
is what?
seems like
Security and compliance.
I'm used to CompTIA's
Long list,
laundry
right?
list. Okay.
All right, so yeah, so security and compliance, the task statement, and understanding the AWS shared responsibility model. This is one of the biggest concepts that you have to wrap your head around. So what it's saying is, in the cloud, the responsibility is shared. The cloud service provider is responsible for some aspect of what? Of the system. And you are also responsible for some aspect.
Okay.
So you can't just put your data in the cloud and just don't worry about any responsibility, right, in protecting it.
Okay.
Right. So, and depending on which cloud service, cloud model that you are using, so either infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service, the responsibility might shift, right? So it's not like a solid line, right? The responsibility, the shared responsibility for infrastructure as a code was different than platform as a code, and it's different than software as a code, right? The next tax statement is understanding AWS cloud security, governance, and compliance, right? So when it comes to this, AWS already have their compliance intact, right? So what most people think is, since AWS have all those compliance readily available, I'm also in compliance. It's not.
Okay.
Right? There's a portion of as part of the shared responsibility model. It's a portion that you also have to take off in order for a company to be fully compliant.
Okay.
Right? So let's say HIPAA, right? You work in healthcare, and AWS, they are HIPAA compliant, right? They are. So now you think that since they are, I'm automatically covered, right? But no, you also have to make sure that you have your encryption and all that in place in order for you to have full compliance.
Does that come with the whole HTTPS and stuff or no?
It's part of it.
Okay.
It's a whole list. It's not just performing one task. It's a whole list to become compliant.
Got it.
So identifying AWS access management capabilities, identifying components and resources for security, right? So the 2.1, the shared responsibility model, recognizing the components of the AWS shared responsibility models, describing the customer's responsibility on AWS, right? And describing AWS responsibility, right? So everyone will have their own fair share in securing the system or
got it.
in the cloud. The next one is the compliance governance. It talks about compliance and governance concept, benefit of security, example, encryption. Right? Where to capture and locate logs that are associated with cloud security, right? Remember we talked about logs, right?
Yeah.
Since A+,
yeah.
log, right?
So it's important to log and document. RBAC and IAM, super important piece.
Yeah. Role-based access control.
Okay.
And IAM, identity and access management. So it's all about access, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So the skills in. So the next one is the 2.3 says identify AWS for access management.
Isn't it? I feel like you're not giving me the same enthusiasm as you were given.
I am.
Okay.
I mean, this is the high level.
As you were given security, I think everybody knows. I think you like security more. I think that's what the problem.
But once we dive in, we would don't worry. We have plenty of time to dive in. 365 days in a year, right? A day. So it talks about IAM, right? Identity and access management, right? As we said.
Okay.
And the importance of protecting the AWS root user account.
Okay.
Right? And remember, I mentioned that with every system, you have to have 2 accounts. One that you log in to perform day to day, and then one that you log in to perform admin.
Yeah,
right?
I remember.
So this is the concept that is saying. So with AWS Root, right? It's an account that can perform every and any task, right? It can delete anything, right? So now, as a user or as an admin, you should have two accounts, right? Unless you really have to perform a root level task, just use a regular login, right? Principle of least privilege, basically saying that give the user the least privilege that they will need to perform their task, right? Okay. If you have a call center and the call center, is it do you call it technicians or call receptionists? Is it receptionists?
No, it's not a call center personnel.
Right, personnel, right?
Okay.
You don't give them ability to view the call record of their fellow employees.
Okay.
Right? But if you're a manager, then you have the ability to do that. Right? So giving them the least privilege or least access to perform their task.
Okay.
Right?
This is a job just dedicated to is alone managing and deploying accounts for enterprise.
Yep, I am. I mentioned that yesterday. Right? Okay. Access and identity and access management. It's a whole one.
A job. Okay.
Okay. Thought on data center tech.
Hi, welcome.
Hey.
If you're not following, follow.
Is it EL1?
I don't think you should just pronounce the name. But like, yes. So, what is your question for it?
Yeah, you said thought on data center tech. Is there any specific aspect that you want to know? Is it certifications or? Yeah, let me know if in which specific item that I want to talk about when it comes to data center.
Okay.
However, if you're into data center, AWS is opening up a lot of data centers. So they have so many roles for data center technicians. Keep that in mind. And then single sign-on. I think we talked about single sign-on, right? Signing into one system and being able to access other systems without re-logging in. And then tax 2.4, right? Identify components and resources for security, right? Security capabilities that AWS provide, right? So you have to know what, let's say encryption. What services would you use for encryption? Right? You have to know those services and the capabilities, right? What they can do or what we can use those services for to perform.
Okay.
Right? So security related documentations that AWS provide, and it talked about describing AWS security features, like AWS firewall, web application firewall, which is the WAF, AWS Firewall Manager, AWS Shield, which is usually the services for distributed denial of services.
And then sound like something for antivirus or something.
It's not even antivirus, but it's part of the same family, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And then we have the guard duty, right? So this talks about the security and also documentation. Okay. AWS does a good job with documentations, right? So if you want to implement a specific technology or services, right, you can get guidance or guidelines in one of their, let's say, security blogs or articles, right? They have a whole knowledge base, right?
Okay, cool. Yes, learning about availability zones and edge locations and learning mitigations across availability.
And also,
I don't understand what he's saying, but okay.
And also multi-cloud, right? Yeah, multi-cloud. So although you have availability zones, the edge location, and all that, and then the regions, most companies also have multi-cloud, right? So they also have Microsoft Azure as well. So they have services in AWS and at the same time Microsoft Azure, right? Just to avoid that single point of failure, right? I believe some years ago, AWS, the entire system went down. right? And then people now realize that, hey, I can't just trust one specific service provider,
that was
right?
single point of failure.
Single point of failure, right? So I know it might be expensive, but right, you spend money, get money, right?
I mean, yeah, things happen, so I agree.
So the third domain here is, so these are the tasks.
Cost of application is very expensive. That I understand.
Yep, right. Someone, you can also say the same thing about security. Security is expensive, right? However, you can't afford what data breach, right? You can't afford being hacked. Right?
So you have to pick which one. I mean, can you imagine spending on security than spending on cloud? And that's a lot. It's
part of business, and you can't afford ransomware. Right? You can't afford ransom. You don't want to be flagged. Can be saying certain stuff. Oh, okay.
Anyways, I mean, I don't know if that counts. There's a lot of rules here.
All right. So yeah. So the domain 3 talks about the cloud technology and services. I think this is the domain that has the highest percentage. Yeah, 34%. Right?
Okay. So and it's because
I don't know, but I think this talks about AWS services specifically, right? So it talks about deploying and operational in AWS cloud. It talks about AWS global infrastructure. That is when the availability zones, edge location, regions comes in place, right? It talks about compute, right? So the services that is related to compute. Yeah, no, that is true.
Hi, Drew.
That is true.
You're late, Drew. I 800K.
I mean, even with regular end user that is trying to learn AWS, I did rack up $700. Remember, right? So 800K is not a problem at all. Yeah,
amen.
2 point something. Yeah,
you're right. 800 cannot be a problem.
Right. So yeah. Yes, and that is one of the sadly the difficult aspects when it comes to the cloud. But you have to make sure you are finding ways to save money, right? Or save cost. All right. So yeah, AWS cloud services. So it talks about the services that were compute services that AWS has. So when you go to the console, right? You go all the way up. You realize that it has been categorized into what you see compute right here. That's the same thing it's talking about.
I'm sorry, what are you computing?
It's just you're not computing it. It's services that helps with compute, I guess, right? But
okay.
The first one is the EC2 instance, which is regular virtual machines, right?
Okay.
We have the Lambda, we have the Elastic Beanstalk, we have the serverless application with pastory. Those are categorized as well as compute, and this is what it's saying right here. The services related to compute.
Okay.
Database services. Scroll down. Right here, database services.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, so you're supposed to virtual machine, CPU, Linux service, for example. I think that's what is that the compute?
Yes. Yeah, the compute.
Telling you, I'm gonna get up so you can do the job for me.
So that's database. So it tells you about the services that you need to know for the database, the networking, the storage, AI as well, and then other services in scope, right? So there's a lot of services, right? So you tell you the additional services that you need to know.
Okay.
Right. So that is it. Let me see if I can review some of the tasks.
They even have blockchain.
Yes. Right.
Have you taken this? Have you taken the certification?
I think it.
I think there was yes.
I think the same person that says that he likes the Microsoft
Azure. Yes, they say that they do like Azure. Azure. Sound like somebody's name, but.
So yeah. So 3.1 says define methods of developing and
for the people that are joining, we're talking about we're in the fifth series of fifth day of the certification fundamentals before he dives into each certification and get a little bit more details into building a fundamental for people that are trying to get into IT. So today is AWS Cloud, which is the fundamentals for people to use, the fundamental exams that people should take to get a higher level of cloud and AWS services. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So there's a task statement here. So various ways of provisioning and operating in AWS, various ways of accessing the AWS services, and a type of deployment model as well. Right. The two talks about the AWS regions, availability zones, the edge locations, high availability use of multi-region, and then the benefits of edge location. You mentioned that, right?
Do you have a YouTube channel? I'm trying to make him an influencer. Hence why I'm sitting here. But he does have a YouTube, but he doesn't really post them. Maybe now he'll post more if you get into depth.
Yeah, try to.
Okay, I'm coming. I gotta go check on my kid.
A full video on YouTube, training videos. So that is So that is the global infrastructure. Task statement 3.3 is related to the compute services. We have the EC2 instances. We have the ECS, which is the Amazon Elastic Container Services, and then we have the Elastic Kubernetes services as well. We have the Lambda, Fargate, auto scaling, and the load balancing, right? So those are the compute that they want you to know, right? So you don't really have to know every single compute that is listed in their on the console, right? So just concentrate on that. So the next one is databases. So databases talks about what? AWS managed database versus EC2 hosted databases. Amazon RDS relational database versus Amazon Aurora. Right. When we come to NoSQL database, they talk specifically about what? DynamoDB. Right. And then also they have what? Memory-based database, right? That is Elastic Cache. Identifying database migration tool. So if you have a database on premises and you want to move the database to the cloud, right? There are tools out there that would help you in migrate your data from on-premises to the cloud. Hey, how's it going? Get money.
Muchas gracias. Good money, you're late. It's a class. But sorry, did I miss a lot?
Not really.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, database migration tools. We have the AWS database migration services and the schema conversion tool. Right, so if you have your database in a specific, let's say Postgres SQL, and you want to move it to the cloud and use MySQL, you can convert those schema.
Good for you. You're getting more education so you can leave your job, move to the next level. Good for you.
All right. So the next one is identifying network services. Right? You talk about the VPC, subnet gateways, network access control list, security groups, Amazon Inspector. We talk about Route 53, which is DNS. Right? This 53 here, do you remember the port numbers that we talked about?
For me?
Yeah.
No.
We talked about port 80, which is HTTP.
Remember port 80? Point of those 75?
No.
Oh.
We have 20, a few more, but
I don't remember.
Port 53 is for DNS. Okay. So Amazon decided to use that 53 as their DNS service.
Okay.
Right? So anytime you see Amazon Route 53, it's their DNS service. Okay. Right? All right. And also it says identify network connectivity options to AWS. So AWS VPN and Direct Connect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Direct Connect is basically connecting your on-premises network directly to AWS.
So which is the cloud?
Yeah, using physical cable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So connecting the physical location to the cloud.
To the cloud.
How is that possible?
Using physical cable. Remember, I mentioned that when I talk about the cloud, cloud is basically you moving your data, your system to someone else's premises. That's it. So AWS have a big data centers. Okay. Right?
Hence somebody asked about data centers. I don't think they're on anymore. So like direct connection is a large data transfer from physical to Amazon services. Okay.
Right? And also you don't pass through the internet. You go directly to their data center or go directly to the cloud. Okay. But if you use VPN, right? VPN you have to pass through the internet. Right?
I'll pretend I understood that.
But anyways, so storage, right? The next one is storage. It talks about what? S3 storage, whereas the object storage in AWS. They also have what? Block storages as well, EBS, Instant Store, Elastic Block Store, which is ABS. And then they have the file services. So if you want to save files, these are the services that you can use. You have the Amazon Elastic File system, and then the Amazon FSx.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the follow. Get Money. Thank you for sharing. Somebody's asking, are you doing Network Plus tomorrow? We did that yesterday.
Yeah, we did that yesterday.
And it was long. Oh, we did security yesterday. Yeah, we did too. I don't know if do you post it on the on your page?
Oh, the live, right?
Yeah, I don't think you posted.
I did.
Oh, okay. If you didn't post it, I'm gonna have him post it on his YouTube so you can watch it. It is more interactive like this stuff. I was starting to like this a little, but I'm not going to take no certification, but I'm starting to like it. Yesterday was Security Plus. Yes, yesterday was Security Plus.
Yes.
Networks Plus was the day before that. But yeah, I mean, if you call him, I'm pretty sure he'll talk to you about it.
You can DM me.
Okay. They're even physical pick up your data to transfer using large semis with really?
Yeah,
like they actually drive on the highway?
Yeah, so they have snow cone or oh, I forgot the name. It's mobile. Yeah, so they bring a huge truck. Right. So depend on your.
They come in the Amazon truck, the Prime Club trucks?
No. It's a different. I'm
gonna Google that later. I didn't know that. He said you got a group or something. You got a group or something?
A group?
Yeah, do you have a group or something?
Do I?
No, no, he don't have a group. But maybe down the line if he gets more people, just so that he can have you in a group. I mean, but this is the community that we could talk about. What is the user? Same thing here. Tech Talk with Raymond Sackway.
Yeah, so let me.
You see the same things?
Yeah, same. I mean, did you see it?
Oh, they don't. Really, oh, my puff is in the way. Okay. All right.
So it's the same thing. Let me just
start. Why not start now?
Tech Talk, right?
You're right, Get Money.
Yeah, Tech Talk.
Tech Talk with Raymond Sackway. They can transfer. How do you say that? Exabyte.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like
that is how huge it is, right?
Wow.
Yeah, because if you are using the internet to transfer that data, it will take probably years.
Really?
Right? Depending on internet speed and all that.
We're gonna sleep on this tomorrow, Ghana. We're gonna revisit the group situation.
All right.
But cool. So then, what does this look like? Like the transporting of this?
All right, let's do the snow cone. Okay. Let's start with AWS snow cone for now. AWS.
Why is it called snow cone?
Snow cone.
Yes, TED Talk with Raymond Sackway is the YouTube name. It's the same. I think it's the same thing here, right?
Yeah.
It's the same TikTok name. It's the same thing on YouTube. Are they gonna show us images?
I thought it was images, but that is fine. Hold on.
I want to visualize it.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this is the snow cone. Right, that's a small device, right? No. This is the first level.
Oh, okay. Right?
Oh, let's do Snow Family right here. Snow Family. Click on that. Let's go to images and see. what we have. Okay, it's right here. You see the levels, right? So you have the snow cone, which was the small one. This is the snowball, which is like a briefcase, right?
Cute.
Snow edge, and then the snowmobile right here.
Yeah,
This
it's
is the whole truck,
okay.
right?
So this is for large government services, classified information and census. This all I'm thinking about is a movie and somebody coming in because they want the information, Fast and Furious or something. And then anyway, okay, but that's cool.
Yeah, so those
never knew that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Services. All right. So we talked about that. Okay. So now, identify AWS artificial intelligence and machine learning services. Right. So we have the AWS SageMaker. We have the Lex. We have the Kendra. And also identify data analytics. You can't talk about AI without and machine learning without data analytics, right? You have to prepare the data and then use it to train your model. So some of the services are AWS or Athena, right? We have
they
AWS.
Have some nice names.
Kinesis, you have AWS Glue, and then AWS Amazon QuickSight. QuickSight is similar to Power BI. Right?
Oh,
it's data.
You guys know Power BI?
Data visualization.
When you start doing Power BI, all I've heard of Power BI. Power BI.
Go ask John.
Stop mentioning people's name.
Anyways,
Power BI.
You will see though.
I know.
Identify services from other in-scope AWS services. Right. So these are the services that is not part of the main one. Right. So we have Amazon Event Bridge, Amazon Simple Notification Services, Amazon Simple Queue Services, right?
Question, this might be totally off. You know the Amazon click button thing?
IoT.
It's not a part of these things?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not part of this domain.
Okay.
And I think they probably discontinued that specific IoT. Really? Yeah.
You still have yours?
Yeah, I have it. Okay. But I think they discontinued. So yeah, and then we have the Amazon Simple Email Services, SES. Remember, what's the name? The other one, Insured Mind. They got an email for Amazon Simple Email.
So is that specifically for CRMs?
No. So if you want to provide your own email services, you can use the Simple Email Services to set it up for email notifications. Okay. And then we have AWS support, right? Okay. So depending on the support level that you subscribe to, you can get help within an hour, or you can get help within 24 hours. Oh, okay. It's all about the money.
I was just about to say,
get money, right? It's all about the money.
Okay.
Right. So, all right. Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, then enterprises are getting results in less than 24 hours if need be.
Because they pay enterprise money.
Yeah, it's all about the money. Like take NASA, all of the data in the last decade is 200 exabyte of data. In the next 3 years, oh wow, you are full of knowledge. Okay, that's good to know.
Right.
I could see NASA spending. Yeah, I can see that.
All right. So the next one is developer tools. Okay. Tools and services, right? So if you want to develop in the cloud, right, these are the services that you use, right? You have the code build, which is basically a platform that helps you build your code. We have the AWS code pipeline. So it's more CI/CD, right? Taking CI/CD pipeline.
What's CI/CD?
Continuous integration, continuous development.
Okay.
So basically taking your code from the computer of the world.
Did you know they're building data centers in space?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wait, but what about the Amazon thing?
That is satellite.
Oh, okay. Amazon has a satellite department?
Yeah, they
I didn't know that.
And they're actually hiring.
They are hiring
for those roles.
Some good money.
Yeah. So those are the services that you use to build or helps you with development and deployment, right? We have end user computing services as well, which is Amazon Upstream. We have Amazon Workspace. Do you know Workspace?
Put me on the spot.
Same thing for what's the name? Workspace, virtual desktop.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
So there's the services that are used.
Okay.
So yeah, we have the workspace, we have the upstream, we have workspace secured browser as well, right? And I have the front end web and mobile services, which is AWS Amplify and AWS AppSync.
Oh, there's a network engineer here on TikTok who works for Blue Horizon, who does the networking for Rockets, and so like, oh, drop the name. I'm curious. Follow them.
Cool.
They do lives too. What I was sharing.
Cool.
Sharing is caring.
All right. So yeah. So I think that should be all for
the AWS.
No, the
this domain.
Yeah, this domain.
We have one more to go.
Is it one more? The last? Oh yeah, I have the fourth domain
which
right
is
here.
pricing. But you're the one that's saying nobody should care about pricing.
No, and I'm saying that beginners don't really care about who cares about pricing. Let me just build it, right?
Okay.
But when it comes to the cloud, you have to be conscious about
the price
about pricing
because it accumulates.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So the task statement here is compare AWS pricing model. Right? They have different pricing models, understanding resources for billing, budget, and cost for management. So one of the billing, the resources is budget for alert, right? So you can set out an alert in such a way that if you reach a specific threshold, it will send you a notification saying that, hey, you're about to reach 1 million, so make sure you shut down your system or whatever. So it's up to you to define that threshold.
Wait, I'm confused. But you mentioned earlier. Okay, no problem. You mentioned earlier that there's no, unlike Azure, where Azure it can tell you to after midnight turn it off.
That is just for their virtual machine. It's a feature that I've seen on the virtual machine. Other services, I don't think it has that option.
Okay. So okay. So this one you're talking about
is just an alert, right?
Okay.
So even if you turn off your virtual machine every midnight, right? The cost will still accrue, right?
Okay.
So let's say you're a student and the only amount that you want to spend is $5 every month, right? Although it will automatically turn off your virtual machine every single midnight, you might accrue $10 of cost, right?
Okay.
So you set up the billing alert to notify you once you reach a specific threshold.
Okay. Thank you for the name. The Get Money's accent, is there a metered option? I don't know if you're asking or you're telling, but no, I mean, that's a question. So yeah, he's asking.
Metered option. No, I don't.
You're not sure?
Think so.
Are we? Can we fact check? You don't
let me fact check because
You never heard of it? I mean, if it was a metered option, then they would give the option. I mean, they would have talked about it in a while you were studying for the certifications, right?
Yeah, I mean, I took this a while ago.
Oh, okay. So if there is a metered version now, you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we should find out because I'm curious to know too. Because it can't be that in this day and age you're doing that. It just that you just let people accumulate price.
I know.
Okay, metered option. Okay. Okay, where do we live on?
All right, so it's comparing AWS pricing model. It talks about on demand, right? So on demand is basically spinning up services as you need, right?
Okay.
So if you need to create a virtual machine for like an hour today, right? Just spin it up and then that is it. We have.
Why would people need to spin up a virtual machine?
Why would you spin it? Why would you buy a computer?
To use it.
Exactly.
But so if I have a computer, why would I need to spin up a virtual machine? Don't you need a computer to spin up a virtual machine?
No.
You don't?
With cloud, you just use a web browser to create a machine.
So you have to use the computer to get to the browser.
But remember, you're right. But remember, with companies, right? They need machines with huge resources.
Okay.
right? Sometimes they have like hundreds of virtual machines, right? They can't just invest in 100 physical computers,
Okay.
right? That is one of the advantages of what?
It's a machine that is a firewall from the rest of your machine. Okay, so I understood what he, because he usually does virtual machines, but I just don't get. Yeah, but I just don't get the point of it.
So when you go to let's say Facebook.com, you know that
We talk about Facebook a lot.
the request goes to a specific computer.
Okay.
Right? It goes to a virtual machine.
All right. The people don't understand, so we're just gonna be another stuff for another day. But okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it goes to a virtual machine and then
and
then release. Okay. So is every so Facebook Meta has their own virtual machine, and so would TikTok have their own virtual machine.
I would say data center, right? Okay. Data center is where the virtual machines are, right?
So there's a difference between data center hosts the virtual machine.
Hosts the virtual machine. However, if you are small to mid-sized company, I think Google have their data center that they use for their system.
I'm sure.
Meta they have their own thing. Okay. TikTok, I'm not too sure if they have dedicated data center
in America,
or they primarily use the cloud. I'm not too sure. Okay. I don't know. Right? All right, we'll find that out. But most small and medium-sized company wouldn't invest in buying 100 servers, right? Okay. Let's say Prime Day, right? Prime Day, you know that your request goes up.
There's a lot of traffic.
Right? Exactly. So now you go and buy 100 computers. What happens if the Prime Day ends? Do you have to return it? Right? So that is the whole point of virtual machine. It allows you to automatically create.
Spin it up. That's what you mean, spin it up and then turn it back down.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, I get it. Right? Okay. And then sometimes you're using Windows and you need Windows machine. Sometimes you need access to work. On a Cisco router, you need to different environments that are protected. So the virtual machine, is this the same concept of when I have my Mac? Is it the same concept when you put Windows on my
That is it.
Is it. The fact that I have Windows on my Mac is a virtual machine that you created.
And remember, it's the same concept. If you create a virtual machine, there is a physical computer on Amazon's end that you are creating that small machine in it. Okay. So it's the same thing. It's like
I think I need a high level overview, but okay.
So let's go back to the pricing model. They have the on-demand, they have the reserve. So you can say that, hey, I want 1 gig of a CPU. I want 512 memory. I want Linux, Ubuntu specific distribution, and I'm going to reserve it. I'm going to pay for it for what? For 1 to 2 years, to 3 years, right? So now they're going to give you a discount or rate.
Okay, because you're buying in bulk.
Oh, and one of the questions that they will ask, is, I forgot my train of thought. But anyways,
okay.
On demand, or they'll ask you which one is cost effective.
Yes, get money. I'm gonna get the gold jacket too. I'm gonna.
They'll ask you which one is cost effective, right? Is it on demand, reserved, or spot instance? But they're going to give you a scenario, right? And then they'll ask you those type of questions. Spot instance is basically that. I think that's the most cheapest option.
Spot instance?
Yeah, spot instance is the most cheapest option, which basically is saying that you can use the virtual machine. However, if it's a peak hour or if people are using virtual machines, they're going to take it out from you. Without any notification. Right? But it's very cheap.
I mean, yeah, it got to be discounted. So that's where you control compute access. Say you 2 cores, 1 terabyte of space, you just recreate that physical computer in the cloud. I'll pretend I understood that too, but okay.
Right. So, and then we have the savings plan, we have the dedicated host, right? So dedicated host is basically, instead of you creating a virtual machine on a computer on AWS, right? So so if you create a virtual machine, you are not the only one on that specific machine. Someone else also has created their own virtual machine by where you have yours created, right? But they have this security in place that it would isolate those two machines.
So do they see each other?
No, they don't.
Oh, okay.
Right? They have security in place. However, if you want to have dedicated hosts, basically you're telling AWS that, hey, give me a physical machine for myself, which will cost what? Higher,
more money,
right?
I mean, it depends the company, right? So then from the machine you can use it and deploy resources from the AWS console as well. EC2 AM.
Amazon machine image, AMI.
Okay, what does that mean?
Amazon machine image.
Okay.
It's basically a template to spin up a virtual machine.
Okay.
Right. So it already it's similar to virtual machine. You say that, hey, I want 2 CPU, I want 512 gig, I want this, I want that. And then once you use that IAM, it will automatically build the same thing for you, exact same one. Image. So those are the pricing options.
Okay.
Let's do the budget and billing, right? So billing support and information, pricing information for AWS services, AWS organization, and AWS allocation tags, right? And that's what was mentioned tag as well, right? So you can use tag for multiple it can have multiple use cases.
Okay, can you tell the people that join get money? But you probably know what.
Yeah, you probably know.
What tagging? What tagging is? Okay.
Yeah, but remember, this is high level. So once you dive deep into it, would
high level fear.
Decipher every single concept here. Yes, understanding the appropriate use and capability for AWS budget and the Cost Explorer, right? So Cost Explorer gives you the services that you spend the X amount on, right? So we tell you, hey, you spend $5 on S3, you spend $10 on EC2 and stuff, so that you can go into what services that you think you might not need. And sometimes you wouldn't know that you are running a specific service. But you wouldn't know unless you look at the Cost Explorer, realize that, okay, I have this AWS quick site, right?
But how would you not know? Are you not the one starting it? That's not started randomly.
All right. So when it comes to AWS, let me bring my
console. Is it gonna get complicated?
No, it wouldn't. It's just a quick. You see this drop down. These are the regions, right? Okay. If I select US East, which is Virginia. So the data center is what? In North Virginia.
So all of these are where the data centers are?
Yes. Right? It's not really a data center, it's a region. So it has multiple availability zones, which is a group of data centers. Okay. Right? So now if I click this and then spin up a virtual machine and I go to this region, I wouldn't see the virtual machine there.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't.
I mean, but so that's up to you to document.
Exactly. Right?
Okay.
But as a beginner, I don't think you are thinking of, let me document where I spend up and all that, right?
Okay.
So yeah. Okay. Oh, they have pricing calculator as well, so it can tell you how much you're going to incur when you run a specific services for X amount of minutes or X amount of hours and all that. Okay. If it gives you some value, but in my opinion and experience, it doesn't give you the accurate value.
So it estimates?
Yeah,
is it more or less?
More or less.
They give you more? Or no, they give us?
It differs.
Okay.
It differs, right? Okay. So even with AWS itself, they have a whole department or personnel that deals with pricing. Okay. Right? So they will take your information and customize a price for you. Right? So this doesn't give you the accurate one.
Okay. Right. It's just there for formality purposes. It's like, when you go to a relative's website, or a relative's website or a loan officer's website, and they give you you put in the price of the house that you want, and then you put the how much you're looking to put down, and it gives you, hey, roughly this is how much your down payment is going to be in realization. The back end, the many factors that go into you getting it, interest rates and all those nine. So it's not accurate, but it's supposed to give some sort of estimate.
Yeah, and I'm like, yay, this is a good deal.
Like I could afford the house. I mean,
so you get in and realize that.
No, you could afford it. I mean, loan officers, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. All right. And then understanding AWS organization, consolidated billing and allocation. So, individuals can just spin up AWS services, right? However, with organization or companies, it's always ideal to centralize the cost to one account, right? I have like, I think I have 3 or 4 AWS accounts, right? So basically, I pay for each and individual.
Oh, you do?
No, technically, I don't really, but technically, you pay for each and individual account, right? And sometimes you would like to have it in a centralized location and have one credit card or one debit card that do automatically charge from. Right? So yeah, so that is what what was that? Consolidation right here.
Okay.
Right? Alright, so understanding various type of cost allocation tags. And then the next task statement is,
so they're expecting the person taking the exam to understand just the basics of
just
the pricing. Okay.
Just the basics. Right. And then is it the last one? Yeah, the last one. So the last task statement is identifying AWS technical resources and support options. Right. So as I mentioned, if you are this is
for you when you have hundreds of accounts and then hundreds rows within these accounts. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So identifying AWS technical resources and AWS support options. So if you want to perform or create a specific service, AWS already, I believe, have most of the templates and best practices that you can look at, right? So they have resources and documentation on the official website. They have articles and blogs that most employees will publish their papers.
Their papers, okay.
And then you have the AWS support plan. Right? So depending on the plan, you can get help within an hour or next 24 hours, right? So it depends.
So AWS Support Center. So that's a job in itself, right?
No, it's just a documentation center.
Oh, okay. Because to me, it sounded like it's a help desk job. Like somebody
that is true, right?
Somebody can get a job. So what the person asked before, Mason, I think it was Mason that asked the job, what job can you get with this kit? If they study the basics, are they able to get a AWS support center job?
No. The support center is even high technical.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Because remember, support center, you're not just being asked about billing. You are being asked, hey, I want to create this service, this AI service. I want to use this model. How do you support them in building it?
Oh, okay.
So it's not just.
But I thought it was the same concept as the help desk.
No. It's not.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. It centralizes billing instead of per availability zone. It can get very complicated if you don't. Centralizing billing in one area, you could have thousands of rows and people building resources. Yeah.
Yep. So yes, that is the organization, right?
Okay.
All right. So
can you go down? What says skills in AWS Health Dashboard?
What is it?
Identify the role of AWS Trusted Advisor. Up top, like on top of that, yeah. Health dashboard, and health API to help manage and monitor environment for cost optimization. What does that mean?
So with the Trusted Advisor, it scans your system to tell you where you can improve, right? Related to cost, right? So it will analyze this and realize, okay, I think you are over provisioning, let's say this virtual machine,
Mhm.
what you are running on is not that much of a big deal. So you can reduce the CPU for this specific service, right?
So, is this an actual person or is it an AI?
No. It's a dashboard, a portal, a platform that you go to that gives you that information.
Like gives you the metrics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. AWS Health Dashboard is basically the health of the AWS ecosystem, right? So
that's what it is.
That's it. That's
like
not hospital.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. All right. So AWS dashboard is say it again.
Yeah. So it's basically a dashboard that shows you the health of the AWS system. So if you have, so they're going to publish how they are doing, right? Mm-hmm. So if you have a services in US East 1, which is North Virginia, and then you realize that you're having issues with that, when you go to the health center, it'll tell them, hey, we are currently having issues with US East, right? And we are fixing it or working on it, right? So it just gives overall health of the AWS ecosystem itself.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that is it.
Interesting to know.
Yeah, so trusted advisor.
So the can you go back to your
Which on the console?
Yeah, the console. The locations that are there, are there significance? Do you know if the significance is a high value places? Obviously, I mean, Virginia, why not New York? But I digress. California, I understand. Ohio. Is it because of the space?
Space.
Land? I don't know.
I don't know how they determine where they should build data center.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. However, the whole point is let's create infrastructure that is resilience, meaning if something happens. So, example, they can have all their data center in US or in New York. Why not, right? However, they want to make sure their system are resilient and fault tolerant. So basically, if something happens in North Virginia, guess what? There's Ohio, right?
Okay.
If a natural disaster happens in the whole United States, there's Asia Pacific.
Okay.
Right? They have Africa, right? They have Europe.
They do?
Right?
Where we at?
Yeah. I mean, South Africa is the only one here.
Okay.
So now, and sometimes the companies have their customers in a specific location. So if I have a company and I'm only serving people in Africa, I'm going to deploy my system in SA East 1.
That's South America.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh, there's more. Okay. No, but I get the concept of what you're saying.
I thought it was South Africa. Hold on. I think there's 17 regions are not enabled for this account. Okay.
So there's other regions that are not enabled. Why is it not enabled? Cross-replicate. Also, one of these availability zones are firewall from the other availability zones. So cross-replication can be done with
infrastructure as a code.
That one. You need to understand which availability zones you need to deploy to. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'm still not clear. So. Not like I'm gonna be clear, but so for instance, if North Virginia goes down, the results are higher. So the information from North Virginia goes to Ohio automatically. Is it the same information everybody's sharing?
No. So it's up to you to set it up that way.
Oh, you said that I think yesterday or so, or the day.
Yeah, but we weren't talking about the cloud, right? So it's up to you to set it up.
The way you saying it was like I'm stressing you out or something.
Right, so it's how you set it up, right? And remember, if you only have your data in North Virginia, you pay X amount of dollars. If you have it in North Virginia and Ohio, you pay 2X. Right? It will cost twice as much as well. You having it. But at the same time, you are making your system resilient and fault tolerance, right? So that if something happens here, you can still operate normally.
So that's a part of the shared responsibility model. Okay.
Right. So that is, and as I said, sometimes a specific company might have clients in only Europe, right? So you just deploy a system
over. Okay.
Right. So that is it.
You think you're in there?
All right. So, I think we
That was
Yeah, I think we covered everything for now. And as I mentioned, this is high level, and we're going to dive into each of these certifications as time progresses. So, like 365 days in a year, coming to you live every single day.
Goblin. Okay, so so if somebody's interested in taking this certification on a scale from 1 to 10, on my level, not your level, on my level, how hard is this for them to take? I know that Brainiac says that if you study in a week, you pass, but on my level,
your level, as I said, I would recommend 3 months for everyone, every beginner learning IT skills. I recommend 3 months.
Okay.
However, I mean, anyone can pass this within a month, right?
Okay.
If you have the resources, and go through the domain step by step, a month should be okay.
A month, okay. A month should be okay to pass that. Okay.
Yeah, but I recommend taking your time. The 3 month standard that I recommend. Try to do as much lab as possible.
So what does the questions look like for this?
So the question, let's say, a simple question that I can, and as I said, I'll probably have a few questions some other time.
Okay.
But one of the questions that I'm trying to see if I can remember any other question from my general question, not from my exam, general question. So let's say a user wants to create a NoSQL database. What services should the user use? Right? So now we know that we have a database as part of the of the services, right?
Okay.
And then now we are using the user is interested in no SQL database.
Okay.
Right? Which database should the user use?
Am I gonna go for the obvious that says Aurora?
Aurora RDS.
No, that's an Aurora DSQL.
Right here.
No, right there. Oh,
right
that,
here?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
that is not it. Let me click on this. This is DynamoDB. You click on it, you realize that it says no SQL database.
Okay.
Right? So most of the time with this certification, you just have to know this part of
the definition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of it.
For the first one, you just need to know the definition.
Right,
okay.
Most of it.
So after this one, the next one's starting to get into details about
and how to configure DynamoDB, right?
What is DynamoDB?
So it's a database, right? Database. So
Okay.
instead of relational database, it's non-relational, right?
Okay.
But that's a technical
it's a higher
topic
level.
for some other day, right? So how do you configure it? How do you make sure it's highly available, right? How do you replicate this to a different region, right? So that
Which
if one region exactly
Ohio,
right? Okay. If one region goes down, your DynamoDB database is still up, right? Those are the details that you're going to learn in what in solution architect.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, and actually, in my experience. As I said, I've taken all the AWS certification. The one that I find
there's a new one, right?
challenging.
There's a new one that came out.
Recently. Yeah, you're right. Which one was that? I haven't taken that yet. But the one that I find it very difficult, I think most people find it difficult, is the solution architect professional.
Solution architect professional.
And then the DevOps professional is also very difficult, but I think the solution architect professional is very difficult.
Why is it difficult? How long is that exam?
Oh, I have to double check.
Okay, but why is it difficult?
Because the solution architect basically tests you on configuration here and there. The professional tests you on configuration and best practices, right?
Okay.
And making systems highly available and fault tolerance, right? So it goes in depth into strategies on how to. Yeah, so that is why it's very difficult. Okay.
Why did I think he was speaking in tongues? Like, what open to? What is that?
Okay. Yeah, Terraform. And also remember deploying the cloud. And remember, we have cloud formation, which is specifically for AWS, right? Yeah, cloud formation. Terraform is multi cloud. So if you create um, infrastructure as a code using Terraform, you can deploy it in AWS. You can also deploy. You can also use to deploy in what in Microsoft Azure. You can use to deploy what in Google Cloud, right? So that is the main difference between the Terraform and Cloud Formation. Right? Cloud Formation is just specifically for AWS. And I think Microsoft Azure is the ARM template or Bicep. I think that is the infrastructure as a code specifically for Microsoft Azure. All right. So I think
That's it for today.
yeah, that is it for
Oh,
today.
we finished everything.
Yeah,
Because
and
it's not
tomorrow, what I'm going to do tomorrow, we're going to dive straight into the technical part. No, I think we should talk about general concept tomorrow, and
Gosh.
probably start diving into the certification next week.
I'm sorry. So what are we doing tomorrow? Is it so you don't have to manage like individual resources within the national? Okay. So what are we doing tomorrow?
Just general certification stuff for tomorrow, and then
What is general certification?
I don't want to start straight in the certification training this week. So just a few things that we'll talk about. Probably talk about resources that you would need to study to pass those.
Oh, okay, like videos, etc.
Videos and all that.
Okay.
And practice.
Maybe this will be a good time for your group.
Right. and also we'll have sample exams. Sorry, it's the sample questions that would test your knowledge, right? So especially if you are studying for any of this certification, I'll bring a few questions that you basically test your knowledge and see where you are, right?
Okay.
And if you are new as well, this will give you the realistic, I guess, how do I say, realistic expectation for the exams, right? So,
and if you've taken it already?
I mean, it was just still
refresh your memory,
right?
Okay.
So yeah, so you know how difficult the exams is, right? So it would
or not difficult.
Or not difficult. There you go, right? But sometimes you might think that the exams might be very difficult, but in actuality, it's not, right? So I'll bring a few sample questions. Okay, 3 hours. Yeah. Okay.
Which one? The
professional. Yeah. So
this
have you taken it?
Is anybody en route to do interested in getting a golden jacket too, or
anyone golden jackets?
Well, on the route to wanting to get one, all right. I mean, it's not like the increased price or anything, but I guess it's the bragging rights, eh?
I mean, unless you're working in an environment that you work with AWS services, right? It's always a good idea to dive deep into the services.
Okay, took a practice exam and got an AA for. Right?
Oh, really? Okay.
That's impressive.
So when are you planning on taking it then?
Okay.
All right. So I think that should be all for today. So tomorrow will just be resources. Okay. Will just be resources. And then some sample.
I'm still in school. I don't know if I want to take it. I don't have enterprise experience.
Okay.
Do you need enterprise experience?
You don't. I mean, it's advisable, but you don't really need it.
Okay.
But if you're
doing well, it's cool.
Yeah, it seems like you're doing well. Good for you. All right. Okay, so I think that should be all for today. Tomorrow get ready for a few sample questions to test their knowledge.
Same time?
Yeah, same time, like 10 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. Now I know that if we're talking about security, it's going to take long, so I might have get ready for
security. I have special place for.
Yeah, that's what it takes
for security and also cloud. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. To me, it's like Okay, you're right. Yeah, for the solution architect professionals should have some sort of hands-on.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
But
interesting.
they don't really require you having those
That
experience.
well.
However, CISSP requires you to have that 5 years, and
Yeah.
also you have to be someone has to endorse you, right?
We
That
can
you have-
endorse you.
Oh yeah, I can endorse you,
Mhm.
CISSP. So, yeah. All right. Thank you for joining.
Thank you guys for building a
And
community,
see you
guys.
tomorrow.
Have a good evening, a good day, wherever you're watching from. Follow us on YouTube if you have. Well, follow him on YouTube if you haven't. And all right, DM him if you have any questions. Bye. Good night.
All right. Bye bye.